G'day everyone, welcome to another ride with the Everyday Zwifter. Today we're tackling the London 8 reverse route on the Garmin Never Stop series. It's stage 2. It is the short route, there is a longer one if you want to go further and harder. Got about 93 are going to start on the route today. We're all wearing the same kit, so I've popped on the orange cap just so you can pick me out from the crowd. Let's roll. Being a ride and not a race, it starts nowhere near as furious as it would be on a race. So keeping it under 4 watt kilo definitely. A few people are rushing off, but it's a bit of a, what do you say, when everyone's strung out, and a bit of a meandering start. Being careful not to go too hard in this one, because in the first stage I did go fairly hard at the start and then I couldn't hold on at the end and kept dropping groups. So again, it doesn't matter, it was a good experiment. But today we've got the hill right at the start, so I'm going to take it easy till we get over the hill and then see how we travel. It's another one of those routes. This one is an event-only route, so you don't see it very often unless you want to jump on the London 8 and turn around, I suppose. Just crossing over Tower Bridge. Now 2 fast starters have come back to the group. There is a bit of a front group and a larger pelotonish group behind. So some of us want to make some sort of effort and give the legs a bit of a workout, and some are just doing it to get the series done, get the kit, the Garmin kit. Hopping into the tube for a bit. It's a nice little kicker coming back up that one. I do wonder whether these boarded up railway lines have extra resistance like a gravel road would or not. Does anyone know? Comment below. Yeah, after the first road there was a number of people who commented that the Garmin kit didn't appear in the garage, and that was me, so I assume it was everyone. So we're hoping after we get the Garmin kit this ride that it'll actually stick. Not that it's particularly stylish, just being in plain blue and white, but there you go. Alright, we're in the Greater London area now. In a bit more rural zone, back amongst the grass and the trees, which I like. We'll start hitting some gradients. Let the climbing begin. Not officially the start of the climb, but the gradient's certainly kicking up. Be interesting to see how hard everyone goes. Again, a category E ride, so all the riders come from all the other categories, are all mixed in together. There's no placing, there's not even a placing during the ride, so you have no idea how you're going compared to anyone else, apart from what you can see. Already starting to stretch out, only 4 or 5% rise. There is a King of the Mountain marker coming up soon. I'm getting a bit excited just jumping into the red zone for a bit. I found myself in my mind telling myself just calm down, don't push it too hard, stay out of the red, make sure we finish strong. speed's not too bad at the moment, but as soon as we hit these steeper gradients, we slow right down. And then it doesn't really matter if you're following anyone or not, because there's not much of a draft effect at all. But you do want to be with a group once you crest and start coming down, because you'll be able to descend with the draft effect with a larger group. There's the king of the mountain. We'll just speed it up a bit because we are only doing 12 k's an hour. A few of the late starters power on by, and it shows you how good it is to get a quick start and how much time you can get on the faster riders who have to catch up. I'm just keeping an eye out for any likability riders who might be riding at a similar speed. Just riding close to threshold. Not sure what's happening with the gradient meter on the top right there, just going off the screen. It used to be that it would pop down and sort of reset a level, but I don't think it's going to today. Riding the Cervelo S5 2020 frame again, and the Zip 454 wheels, which are the all-rounders of course. Not too bad for going up and not too bad for going down. But after this first climb, it's mostly downhill and flat, so that's why I've gone for the all-rounder gear. Close your eyes. Not going to use that camera angle again on a narrow road. It's not very good. Alright, Salty looks like a good fella to follow down, so we're going to try and stick on his wheel. I'm glad I'm inside, even though it's raining in-game. That's an interesting feature, isn't it? I did say try and hold his wheel, Salty's sort of powering up the hill a bit. Next candidate is going to be Bender behind me, I think. Try and stick on his wheel. You can see by looking at the power graph down below that it's a constant effort. It's a fairly steady hill. Only a few bits of respite, mostly at or near threshold power. You can see on the mini-map the hill is littered with riders from one end to the other. All strung out, single file. Looks like it's starting to flatten off. I can see a crest, so I'm just speeding up a bit just to catch onto Bender's wheel. And hopefully Tank Your Man just behind us can stay with us, and we'll zoom down. There's a group of three. And hopefully pick up any other single riders that might be in front. And because I haven't gone too hard up the climb, feeling not too bad. Still able to put some watts down. Try and take turns on the front of this little threesome. Tank Your Man just speeding up a bit to try and get a Fox Hill time. Just got to speed up, stay with him. Keep up the momentum, and that's going to carry us forward into these next few riders. Picked up an arrow, which will be nice somewhere. They seem to put out quite a few power-ups in these rides, which is nice. .5% gradients just doesn't seem quite enough to get into super tuck mode. We're edging up the speed now, nearly at the magic 58 kilometers an hour. Need a few more riders to draft behind, and we'll be able to do that comfortably. Don't Good man's provided the incentive to speed up, and here we go, over 60 k's an hour now. Got the mojo on, bit of a sprint and super tuck. Trainers seem to be responding very well to jumping in super tuck this ride. Sometimes it takes forever for the cadence to drop and hit super tuck mode, but this time it was working really well. Another quick sprint here, and then straight down again. It's fantastic. We're all taking turns, which is great. I'm going to catch these two in front. Now we've got a group of 6. Keep your eye on Raymeyer, who's 11 seconds behind at the moment. Watch his progress. He's a good ride. Even rewind and see how far back he came from. Heading back up the railway line on this route. We'll head back into town. Going up this stairway or escalators, whatever they are, it's a good little punchy climb. Being just a group ride, no one's going too crazy, which is nice. Still determined just to keep up with Bender. Finally caught up to Salsy. He's had a good ride. He has gone down the hill very well, I think. So now the rest of this route is mainly flat. It's actually a little bit lumpy with a few short hills. So the all-rounder setup is still going to be quite useful. Speed's going to be a little higher. One rider from behind looked like he's trying to bridge over. Bender and I are just riding along, right on, just to get through at the moment. So that's allowing the other riders to come back to our wheel. Here's one of those little gradients that can split groups on races. 6% for a few hundred metres. We're just riding up fairly comfortably. Some of the riders behind put in a little bit of an effort there. We just lost our co-rider. He disappeared, but then he's appeared 4 seconds back with the group behind, so I don't know whether he's just had a dropout and he's dropped back in. So that was very curious. I thought he might have had a ghost power for a second and just was going to disappear up the road on us. So here we're coming into the major sprint point of the race, and the group behind has been incentivised. They've come back up to our wheels. It's a downhill run in. Celsius going for it. The rest of us are just upping our watts, so stay on the wheels. If you don't up your watts while you're following sprints, you can get dropped off the back. So just push through to the front, nothing dramatic. come together apart from the two off the back. So Salsy did well, he got the green jersey. 6 kilometres to go. That finish line that we just went through, well, that sprint point is often the finish line, so that's got me wondering where we will finish. I don't know if anyone's noticed the updated road noise from the wheels of the bikes and air movement, but I don't enjoy it, and doesn't make playback of these races much fun for you, so it takes a bit of work now to just dim the sound down and make it more pleasing to the ear. Bit of banter on the group now, everyone starts having a bit of fun. So if you're riding in a race right now, you'd be quite keen just to sit in the draft until you get to one of the pressure points, like a hill. You'd push towards the front. Come up one of those little gradients. And if you get dropped back a little bit like this and then you hit downhill like it's coming up, it can be hard to stay on the wheel, so sort of just sneaking back up before we hit the fast downhill. You see the two guys behind, they're gone. They're out of the draft. And we hit the downhill before they did and we've shot off. That's a bit of a key point in this race. With only 2.8 kilometres to go, it'd be pretty hard to catch up to any sort of group that's flying along. Romar's a fairly, excuse the pronunciation if that's wrong, he's a really keen rider riding the Buffalo bike, that's for sure. A lot heavier, and it would have been a real leg full to get up that hill on that bike. It's an interesting kind of finish. It's long and straight and not particularly eventful. So we get into this last kilometre, last 800 metres. Got a bit of a rise here. If you were racing and you were feeling good, you would probably pop the feather now and try and shoot off the front. I was wondering whether anyone would go for a sprint on the finish or they just ride through because it's just a group ride. I popped the feather just to maintain the legs and keep up with Bender. And I thought, oh, we'll just go for it. Hit the downhill. Pick up speed and go for the sprint. Obviously no one else was interested. It was a pretty long sprint in the end. You definitely need to have some fitness to do that. Unlock the Garmin kit again. Let's hope it sticks in the garage. $3 kilo ride, so that was good little workout. So that was the London 8 reverse route, event only. Hope you picked up some tips and tricks of how to ride that, or how not to ride it, depending on what you saw me do. Look forward to seeing you in Zwift sometime. Come jump in a ride if you see me signed up. And looking forward to the next one. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.